Claressa T-Rex Shields and Alicia the Baumgardner had an altercation, and after that, they go back and forth on social media. They had a face-off last week, and I believe they were almost about to get into a fight because Alicia Baumgardner put her hands up against Claressa Shields, and Claressa Shields kind of smacked her hands down. I thought it was gonna be an old-fashioned cat fight, just like in high school. And this is the topic that we will be talking about today. But before we get into that, if you guys are not subscribed, please punch and knock out that subscription button. That way you'll never see it again. And ding that notification bell. That way you won't miss any of my boxing videos. Alright guys, let's get to the round. Ding ding. Okay champs, let's get started. And also, my new co-host, Northpaw377 from Cali, has something to say about it as well. So Claressa Shields in an interview stated, or should I say in a video that she shot by herself, says that she knows that Alicia Baumgardner is not really in her weight class and she is very small, but she will still run it with her. And before, she did not have time to make her famous because she was trying to settle a fight with the MMA world in Saudi Arabia. And congratulations to T-Rex Shield as she beat the MMA fighter. As we all know, every time there's a transition with the males going from MMA to boxing or boxing to MMA, it doesn't go very well. I believe the best crossover was Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury, and Francis Ngannou lost. And no MMA fighter really comes close to beating a boxer in the boxing ring. That was the closest one. The MMA fighters cannot even beat Jake Paul, and he started boxing late, and I don't really believe he is a real boxer. And no boxers really go to MMA because there is no money in it. The last one I thought was James Toney versus Randy Couture, and that fight sucked because Randy Couture did not even try to fight James Toney. He just went in there and made him tap out and wrestle him. I don't even think they threw a punch. And that is the reason I was never really a fan of MMA, because sometimes they would not even fight, they would just wrestle all 4 or 5 rounds. And everybody that I know always said the same thing about the sport, that it was pretty boring compared to boxing. I mean, I respect them because they're athletes and they train. It's not their fault that their rules suck. And it's their rules that make the fight not last long. And in their training, they are trained to quit. No boxer can quit. So congratulations to T-Rex Shield for doing something a man couldn't and beating an MMA fighter. In MMA rules, I might add. Of course, a boxer will dominate an MMA fighter in boxing. It will not even be close, to tell you the truth. To be honest, till this day, I still wonder how the MMA fight between James Toney and Randy Couture would have taken place if they both would have fought, not just wrestled. But Mr. Northpaw377 says that he is ready to put in his 2 cents, so he will be coming up next.
Northpaw 377 from California checking in once again and taking the show away from Manny. Shout out to Rolly Romero, the best fighter ever and the GOAT. I know I said if Rolly beat Pitbull, I would get a tattoo of his face on my tramp stamp right next to my Goofy and P. Diddy tattoos. Okay champs, let's get into another round of boxing and let's get to business. And today, we will be talking about what happened lately with a particular boxer that has been making headlines in the boxing world recently. As we all know, Claressa Shields and Alicia Baumgardner got into an altercation, and it looked like they almost got into a fight because Alicia put her hand up to Claressa and Claressa smacked her hand down. But Alicia did not do anything about it, and a lot of people said that she was scared for not doing anything about it, but I beg to differ. Because these girls are professional boxers that get paid very well to fight, and why would they risk losing a big bag for a little scuffle that won't last long, and you know everyone will break up the fight fast, and it's just not worth it. And did you see Alicia the way she looked? She was looking fine. And the host Manny from this show has a crush on her, but he's dreaming. She's way too hot for him. Now back to Manny.
And thanks for putting me on blast, Northpaw. And I was reading your profile. You're not really from Cali, you're from Chicago. And if you're from Chicago, why do you have California tatted on you? I swear, Northpaw reminds me of Denzel Washington from the movie Training Day, who played Alonzo. That scene where the three gangsters were with each other playing cards and saying they would never shake his hand. Saying Alonzo is a dirty, grimy F-meth. But I like that, Holmes. I like that. But I have to keep him around because he never misses a day of work and he's cheap. And he thinks he can box, but he only fights people that he know he can beat. He don't be pulling none of this ish with those fools around the corner. If you guys love movies, which movie was that from? But that's neither here or there, and I digress too much. So Alicia Baumgardner responds to Claressa Shields, and she says Claressa Shields is really jealous of her and she is very insecure. And she says the reason she did not do anything was because she was wearing a dress and she didn't want to get ruined because she was dressed very nice. But Claressa Shields claps back and says that Alicia Baumgardner is actually the one that's jealous of her because she has way more accomplishments and is an Olympic winner. And she did not test positive for PEDs. And she also claims that she has a way better body than her, basically having a bigger butt and her body looks like a Coke bottle. But it's really your guys' taste. I like both of them. I believe both of them are cute, but I like Alicia Baumgardner better. But Claressa Shields also stated that she was willing to fight her at 147, or she was thinking about it until Alicia also disrespected her. And she says if she wants to fight, Alicia is gonna have to move up to 154. And she also states that Alicia is not undefeated and she's actually 15-1. She also said that Alicia Baumgardner actually blocked her after her victory in Saudi Arabia against the MMA fighter because Alicia was jealous of that. And she also calls Alicia Baumgardner broke because she hasn't even fought for $300K since she was in her 6th fight. So it does seem that Claressa Shields does have more bragging rights than Alicia Baumgardner. But I do believe Alicia Baumgardner is a lot prettier than Claressa Shields, except for the body part. But who knows, if Claressa Shields goes down to 147, she might look different. But I do have Claressa Shields beating Alicia Baumgardner. The only way that Alicia Baumgardner has a chance if they fight at 147. If you guys like the show, like the video, share the video, subscribe, and that's it for me, champs. I gotta roll.